Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. You're at Caribbean Charm Gardening channel. My name is Abby and I'm so glad to have you guys with me today. What I'm doing today is I'm going to be heading to the garden store. Actually, I'm parked right in front of the garden store, about to go and select a few flowers for the pollinator section in the garden. So far I have some small flower plants in the garden, but I'd like to see if I can broaden my selection in the flower garden. Especially would like to get some zinnias, as I don't have any zinnia seeds, and I prefer to buy a plant where I can get loads more seeds. So I'm going to take you guys with me as I peruse through this plant store to see the different types of flowers and why pollinators in the garden is as important as growing your vegetables. That's right. Let's go, guys. Okay guys, so I'm back outside and I'm about to choose some flowers. Right now what's caught my eyes are these flowers right here. I don't know the name of them. I'm not seeing the name right now, but I did have these at home, and the bees and the butterflies did like these flowers. When I get the name of it, I'll put it up on the screen, the name of this flower, but I definitely want to get 2 of these flowers, as I know that these will attract the pollinators in that section. But the section that I'm really looking at getting flowers from is this section here, where you have all different types. You have the marigolds, zinnias. I believe this is some kind of sage. I will ask the assistant the name of this flower, but I know for a fact that the bees love these flowers that are you know, in the herb section, the herb families. And I think this is a sage, some kind of a sage, and the bees and the butterflies do like these kinds of flowers. So here you have the Celosia. You have yellow and red and pink. I'm not loving the yellow. I find it's a bit pale. And you have some carnations. It's pretty. You have some more Celosia, but this is a different type. Again, yellow. And more of, I think this is Lantanas. So these are the type of flowers that they have right now. So I'm going to try and see if I can find oh wow, this looks lovely. I don't know if you can see this properly, but these have little flowers on the inside. It looks very lovely. I do like this. So these are the flowers that they have. Not much of a variety, but I definitely might be choosing zinnia, maybe the Lantanas, I think they're called. And I have marigold, so I won't be buying marigold. And those other flowers that I saw on the other side. So far I'm only seeing the yellow zinnia. Oh, we have an orange one as well. You'll see how much those go, and I would pick you guys back up in the garden. Hi guys, welcome to the extension garden. It's later on in the day. We already planted out the sorrel seedlings that I got. I'm not really proud about the seedlings I got, but I'm gonna take it and planted it. I planted it, and now I'm just gonna take a few moments to focus on these flowers that I got for my pollinator section in the garden. Now, I mentioned before that I am not a big fan of butterflies, solely for the reason that they lay a lot of eggs on your plants, and then your plants have all sorts of worms and caterpillars on it, so I prefer the bees over the butterflies. But if I do get butterflies, I'll take it because they too pollinate and help my garden to grow somewhat, and they add a little color to fluttering about. So I'm going to share with you guys the plants that I got for my garden. I chose 3 different types. I cannot remember the name of this one for the life of me. I cannot remember. But what I liked about this one is that the variety of color. So it starts off with this dark purple. This is one plant, guys. One plant. Is it? Actually, no, it's not. It's 2 plants. I got 2 for 1. So it has 2 colors in this one. It has a purple and it has a pink. So I'm going to plant these guys. The bees and the butterflies equally enjoy this plant. I also got this one. The flowers fell off in transit, but this one is what we call Lantana. It's a beautiful red and yellow flower. Now red is my favorite color, guys, and this plant is a native plant. Now in the Caribbean, we try to get the flowers that we see on YouTube with those who live in more temperate climates that they have, and we sometimes lack appreciation for the flowers that we have in our climate. Now the Lantana is a very easygoing plant. It does not like a lot of fertilization. It loves acidic soil. It's just what we have here in Trinidad and Tobago. And most Caribbean countries, their soil, most, not all, but most are acidic soil. The Lantana grow lovely in acidic soil. They thrive on neglect. It's just what they're going to get down here because I'm only down here once a week. So this plant is great for my needs, which is that it is a robust plant, doesn't need a lot of my attention, and it gives a lot of flowers. And the important thing is that the bees and the butterflies love Lantana. While I was in the garden store, there were bees there actually going through the Lantanas, and that just check everything off my list for the Lantanas. I grabbed it right away. So this is a red, and as I said, orange, yellow. It changes colors as it ages. That's this flower. And I got us an all yellow marigold. Like I said, I need things that can thrive on its own down here, and so far the marigolds have been thriving down here. Nothing has been bothering. Actually, the marigolds is a one plant down here that's growing really well without any issues per se. So this Lantana is going to be a tall plant. It's going to grow big. So I have to strategically place my Lantana in an area in this L-shaped pollinator section in the entrance of the garden, so that it doesn't block out any other plants that I plant, as well as it doesn't block the paths. So I have to strategically plant these Lantanas, guys, and I look forward to see it growing. It is said the more that you cut it, the more it branches out and bushes up. So I'm looking forward. I'm taking you guys along with me with that. I have some other plans and planting other flowers here. I do have a mint tree at home, what we call mint. It gives a beautiful flower, and that mint tree, the bees are on that. As the sun comes up, the bees are on that plant throughout the day. Lots and lots of bees in the home garden. So I'm going to propagate one of those pieces, and I'm going to bring one of those plants down here as well, since I'm recognizing that the bees love that plant. Now, if you're a person that don't believe in having flowers, I was once a person like that, but I was also a person struggling to get my food, to get my flowers to be pollinated, and for my plants to produce the way I wanted them to. And as I got older and I recognized, more I garden, that the garden needs flowers, guys. So this garden is no different. If you're having a garden, it's important to have your pollinators ready. Having flowers is really important to have in your garden, guys. So if you're a new gardener, add a marigold, easygoing plant. Add a plant that loves your climate and you wouldn't regret it. So I'm gonna plant these guys, and most likely I'll see you guys next week. Today is just a short snippet on me planting my pollinator plants. Next week I would be planting out my okra plants and preparing a bed for those next week. So next week I would share with you guys the updates on the ginger and the different plants that I planted last week, and so you guys can stay tuned for next week's video, as it will be a little bit more exciting. Thanks for joining me today, guys. As I always say, guys, putting something in the ground is better than putting nothing. Get up and get growing. Have a good week. Bye. Hi guys, I was just packing up my stuff to get ready to go home, and then I remembered I didn't tell you guys my research as regards the tarantulas. So I'm gonna put this in the beginning of the vlog, and then we will continue afterwards. But basically, guys, my research pointed to the fact that tarantulas are basically harmless once you leave them alone. They serve a really good purpose in the garden. They eat the things that we want eaten in the garden, things like locusts, grasshoppers, lizards, other spiders, crustaceans, like, crabs, small crabs and stuff like that, frogs. That's the diet of a tarantula. It eats based on its size. It captures prey to, of course, fill its tummy. It's not interested in us humans. It comes out at night, the time where we're not in the garden anyway. So they come out and they look for these different creatures to feed on in the night. So guys, basically a tarantula really serves a really good purpose in the garden. Sometimes we come across these creatures in the garden, and of course they're scary to us initially. Our initial response is shock, fear, kill it now. But we need to control that, because if we just kill everything that scares us or we're afraid of, we may be creating a problem for ourselves later down in the garden. Because, for instance, take the tarantula. It controls those things that eats our plants. The tarantula doesn't eat our plants, but it eats things that eat our plant, and we want that. So sometimes when you do come across something that is in your garden, control that urge to want to kill it immediately. First, do some research on it, and most likely your path's going to cross with it again anyway. If it is something that is, of course, detrimental to your family, yourself and your family, by all means, you deal with that issue right away. So first of all, you do your research, you take a picture, you look for pictures of that animal that you came across in your garden, and then you can make an educated decision as to whether you want that in your immediate space later down. So sometimes, when you're a bit rash, you may be making a mistake. So as regards to tarantula, if I do come across it, I know what to do. I will leave it alone, let it go where it wants to go. And of course, I will be able to train my children to let them know that that's not something they want to play with. Now, a tarantula does sting, but according to the research, tarantula's venom is very weak, and of course, if you do get sting, it will hurt you, and you need to go to the hospital. It will not kill you, but it will hurt tremendously. So you need to get to the hospital and get that treated, but it won't kill you, which is good news. A lot of things bite us that hurts really bad, and we may need to get some medical assistance. So as regards to tarantula, I'm going to leave that alone in the garden, guys, and let it eat all those bugs that it wants to eat. And yeah, I just wanted to encourage you guys, if you do come across that, you can leave it in your garden. Come across an animal you're not aware of, do some research on it, and then make an educated decision as to what you want to do.